Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Yeah, can you speak into the mic so that everybody can hear? Okay. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry to Local Government Councils and Related Matters.
Thank you.
Okay. What is your religion, Mr. Witness?
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English, please.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Holy Quran, please.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran? And repeat after me. I, Majidi
Touré,
do swear that I'll speak the truth,
I'll speak the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So
help me God. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Touré.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Council, can you please proceed?
Sorry. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Touré.
Good afternoon, Council.
Please state your full names.
Magidi Touré,
What is your address?
Latkunda Jama,
Please give us a brief background of your educational
uh,
career.
got O levels from Gambia High School. Then I got a diploma in international relations from City of London College.
Okay. When did you join Carnifing Municipal Council?
2018.
It's correct that you were a nominated member.
Was nominated.
Sorry, you was a nominated member.
Yes.
Then in 2023?
Yeah, that was when our tenure finished.
It ended in 2023.
2023, yes.
Okay. And you were representing the business community?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember making a statement with the investigators of this commission?
Yes, I do.
Your statement will be shown to you. You can kindly go through the contents.
Thank you.
And I understand there are two attachments to this statement. There are attachments to your statement. Mr. Touré?
Yes.
Your statement has two attachments to it.
Yes.
You can kindly detach them. Then until the time you're given evidence, if you want to rely on any of those documents, then you can let us know, then we'll tender it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Now you can kindly go through your statement and confirm if that was the statement that was obtained by the investigators.
Yes, it is.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of Mr. Majidi Touré, dated the 31st of October 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 31st of October 2024 is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LDC/MT in brackets 1/KMC/001.
As the commission places. Ms. Magic, could you please tell us, you serve as a nominated member for what, representing which community?
I was a nominated councillor representing the business community.
Okay, could you tell us how were you serving the business community?
I mean, serving the business community is like basically you are the link or the uh, in between the business community of KMC, Carnifing Municipality, and Council. But our main focus is the markets. That is the vendors in our markets. That's where our main focus is.
The market vendors.
Yes.
So how did you become a nominated member? Did you apply?
No, I did not apply.
So how was it offered to you?
I was offered to it by the mayor, by the then Lord Mayor of KMC, Talib Ahmed bin Sudan.
He offered you the position of a nominated member.
Yes.
As a nominated member.
Yeah.
How was this done? Can you take us through the process, if there was any?
Yeah, I think I was asked to submit a CV, and I did that. And
by the Lord Mayor himself?
Yes.
Okay, when was this?
Sometime after the local government elections. I mean, I think it was around 2018 May.
2018 May.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly remember when was it, but it was after the local government elections in 2018.
That's when you were asked by the Lord Mayor to
to submit a CV.
your CV.
Yeah, and then I was nominated.
Where did you submit your CV?
To the clerk of council, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Were you subject to any form of interview or anything?
No.
Okay, you just submit your CV and then you were just appointed.
Yes.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes, I do.
Okay, provide us with your appointment letter.
Yeah, it's here.
Do you have the original of this above appointment?
No, because I think so, yeah.
Okay. And that's an offer of appointment. Did you respond by accepting the offer?
Yes, I did, yeah.
If you have the response, maybe please have it as well.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, he asked for the original. That's the original.
Chair, we applied to tender an offer of appointment letter dated the 27th day of June 2018, addressed to the witness, Mr. Majidi Toure, signed by the Lord Mayor Talib Ahmed Bensouda, copied the Chief Executive Officer, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit and IT, acceptance of appointment letter with no date, addressed to the Lord Mayor of Carnegie Municipal Council, signed by the witness, Mr. Majidi Toure, both letters into evidence as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 27th of June 2018 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Mr. Majidi Ture, United Kunda, Kanifing Municipality, with the subject of appointment. And the letter is signed by Talib Ahmed Bensouda, Lord Mayor. It is copied to the Chief Executive Officer and also the Acting Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, and IT Manager. The letter is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LDC/MT in brackets 1/KMC/002. And attached to this is the acceptance of appointment addressed to the Lord Mayor, Kanifing Municipal Council, and it is signed by Mr. Majidi Ture.
Has the commission please? Now, Mr. Ture, during your tenure, you served as okay, let's go back to your role as the nominated councillor representing the business community. Were you attending council meetings?
Yeah, general council meetings, yeah.
Yes. So how were you bringing the these business groups, how were you putting them together and how were you bringing their ideas before the council?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, as the representative of the business community, it's just we're there to see what we can do to make sure the vendors in our markets, I mean, they're in a very conducive environment. That also that they pay their rates on time or rentals on time, and make their stay or make their life in the markets comfortable or bearable.
And you were doing this?
Yes.
So how were you reporting back to council?
Yeah. When we come in, there are times that we would have committee meetings, and then we will brought back or we will give information to council anytime that we have committee meetings.
And at the same time, you were the chairman of the markets committee?
Yes, until my removal in 2019.
Okay, so there were according to both internal audits and national audits and the witnesses that gave their testimonies here, there were so many issues with the market, and you being the market chairman and at the same time representing the business group, how were you resolving these problems?
Some of the problems that I don't know exactly what kind of problems. Well,
first, okay,
I didn't
tell us the problems.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know exactly what problems you said. Well, I didn't serve that long. I just served, think, less than a year or so.
That's in 2018?
Yeah, I was market chairman in 2018, and 2019 I was removed from.
So complete time you've served as the market chair and nominated councillor for the business groups. What were the challenges that you were facing at the market and with the vendors as well?
The challenges basically were spaces and also some of these vendors paying their rents on time, because council always have challenges with regards to funding. So we have to try and balance how we gonna make them pay their rents on time, or the money that are due to council, and also how their stay in the market could be made conducive.
Okay, how were you relaying these concerns to council? Were you writing to council?
Not really. It's most of the time, verbal general council.
At the general
If
council.
there is, if there is a particular problem that need addressing, then yeah.
And how were you solving their concerns as well?
Not much because I didn't, as I said earlier, I didn't serve long. So by the time, I had a very short tenure, and that's it.
Okay, as short as it was, there were issues that were there and there were challenges, and you said at general council meetings you were raising these concerns by the vendors concern and issues that you were facing at the market as well.
Yeah, it's mainly when vendors have problems or issues that they are facing in the market and they direct it to me, then I would I'd see how I address those problems personally as their representative. If I cannot, then I will I mean talk to the Lord Mayor or brought the issues at General Council.
Okay, so about that's for the vendor. So how about the revenue collections? Were these problems channeled to you as a chairman of the markets committee as well?
No.
So during your tenure within a year, none of the collection problems has been channeled to you.
No.
Okay, so and all the concerns that you've been facing with the committee as well, you've not been writing to the council. You were briefing, you were doing the briefing at general council meetings.
Yes, mainly.
So was this markets committee during your tenure? Were you having regular meetings?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, you can note it down and provide us with the minutes of the meeting of the markets committee during your tenure. Because it seemed to be a very effective committee.
Thank you.
It's actually you're still the up to from 2018. When exactly in 2018 were you removed as the chairman of the markets committee?
It was in 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Can you remember the month?
Uh,
Then from 2019 to 2023, you were still serving as the nominated councillor for the business groups.
yes, it was September 2019.
Okay. So now let's deal with the part that you're the nominated councillor for the business groups. Let's now deal with the business group. Since you've served only a short time as a chairman of the markets committee, now we can shift to the one you have your entire tenure on. That's the business committee. So how were you serving this business committee? What are sort of some of the developments that you've brought to the business committee?
Not much. Probably none.
Okay, take us through how you were serving them as their councillor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't serve them much because when I was removed from my chairmanship as the market committee chairman, I was practically disabled. I couldn't do much because there were some issues, and yeah, so
Okay.
I couldn't do much, and I wasn't doing anything.
Okay, so were you having any sort of fundings for any kind of projects, and did you have any plans for them as well?
There was no funding for
No
any kind of
funding
project.
at all,
No.
and no projects.
No.
So technically, the business group were not functional?
They were not served as they supposed to, as it was. I mean, as I was supposed to be. They were not served.
Okay, so during your tenure, what exactly were you doing?
At proper 10 General Council, and I was a committee member on the Environment Committee, and that's where my contributions mainly were, or as a representative of the business community. I didn't do much because there were some issues with my removal from the market chairman, and then that continued from, that spilled over to my work as a
Council.
as a nominated councillor.
Okay, so you've been mentioning you haven't done much. So can you tell us one or two or the littlest you've done?
Uh, what I tried to do was, there was a time that I approached GCCI, Gambia Chamber of Commerce, and we were trying to work to set up a market, like a fruits market by Battle Harding Highway, where the flower sellers are, or where the fruits market is. Yeah, I was working with GCCI to try and see how best we could upgrade the market. We started work. I think we started work on it. There was an MOU between Carnifing municipality and GCCI, and then that's where it stops. Because when I was removed from the market committee, that's where it stops.
Okay, now we can move to what hindered your work at council. What hindered your work at council as to this removal that stopped every work that you were doing until 2023? So what was the reason of you being removed as the market chairman?
Mainly political, because I think around 2019 there was a political divide between the president and the opposition, UDP. So that's where basically everything stems up. I was a UDP member until then. I switched over to Borough Fans Club and then National People's Party (NPP), and that was the pace of it basically.
You were, how was that possible? You were a nominated member.
Yeah, I was a UDP member then.
Okay, so what standing or what space exactly should politics have to do with your work?
It's everything. We were politicians.
To a point, it hindered your work of serving the business group or as a councillor or as a nominated councillor?
Yes, that's what happens.
So you were removed as what?
I was removed as the committee. I was removed as a member totally from the markets committee. Uh, by General Council, like a vote of no confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was resoluted.
Yes.
Now, what did you do?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. You said your removal was influenced by.
Let me comment here. Mr. Ture,
Yes.
you've told us that you were a nominated councillor and there was no process in your nomination as councillor. And when you switch allegiance in 2019, you were removed as chair of the market committee.
Yes.
Now, who replaced you as a councillor representing the business community?
I was still the councillor representing the business community.
Okay, you're still the councillor representing the business.
Yes. Yeah. It's just the chairmanship there.
Yes. And you said you are co-opted. Are you co-opted at the sanitation, environment and sanitation committee?
I was a member of the Environment and Sanitation Committee.
So that is where you are now functioning.
Yes.
And you are functioning effective.
Yes, I believe I was.
Yes. But how do you, what were your, what was your line of activity before you were nominated as a councillor representing the business community?
I am still a businessman. I do business. I run the shop, hardware store. So before I became a councillor, I was a businessman as well. And still now, that's what I do for a living.
And still you have your business in Serekunda.
Yes.
And how well do you interact with the business community in Serekunda?
Pardon?
How well do you interact with the business community in Serekunda?
Not much. As I said, the main focus of the representing business community is basically our vendors in the markets. So that's where our main focus. We do have like interventions. That is, if businesses do come to council requiring certain assistance or they need uh, they need something from council. That's apart from that. Our main focus was with our markets or the market vendors.
Yes, but you do agree that the business community is just not limited to the market vendors, to the markets. It cuts across all the areas of business, which are just not limited to the markets.
Yes, I know. That's why I said.
Yeah.
The main intervention area was our markets.
Yes, I am just now um, trying to get from you, or putting it this way, that your representation is not 90% or 80% limited to the markets. It is more general, that is dealing with all the business activities within the municipality. Is that not correct?
Yes, that's right. That's
Yes.
how it should
So
be.
why was the focus on just the business, just the markets? When you had to deal with, you are representing the entire business community within the municipality, just not the markets alone.
Yeah, I think a big part of that would be about resources as well, because as you know, resources are. I said a big part of that would be about resources, because to be representing the whole of KMC or businesses in KMC, you would need a lot. You would require a lot of resources to do that, and as a nominated councillor or a representative of the business, community, you have no budget, nothing, absolutely. So to do that would be a Herculean task, and there was no, I think there was no one.
The reason why um, um, somebody is nominated from that community is to really have an impact and to do a back and forth between the council and the community, so that their interests will be adequately represented at the council level, their problems, their challenges, and for the whole of the issues that they think is important, that that could be looked into by the council. So if you are telling us that when you were nominated, you did not have access to be able to do your job, as at the time you were nominated, did you make any representation to give you resources to be able to do that?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier is like our main focus was the markets, but as and when the need arises, for example, if some other businesses outside the markets comes to council and want assistance or need intervention area, then I would be called upon. But if they do not do that, then yeah, what we focus is vendors in the markets.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. So, Mr. Ture,
Yes.
For the period 2018 to 2019, up to the time you were removed, were you doing your functions as the market chairman?
Yes, I
And
was.
it was effective.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think so.
No, I want you to be sure of it.
I think I was an effective chairman.
So, are there any documents that you've been submitting to council to show that you've been doing your work?
Yes, as I mean, I think the
Reports.
committee meetings, and yeah, I don't think there was any particular event or commitment that I did that would require a report also, because mainly it was
You
committee meetings, and yeah, if there is committee, I think that we, I mean, would say what we were trying to do during that time.
okay, but for the little time you've stated challenges. You've stated challenges here you were facing at the market. So you, at the time, you think there was no need to write a report to show that you were doing something. Not only the report, because you can sit here and say you verbally stated at general council meetings, but do we have evidence of it? No.
No.
Thank you. So the question, the reason why I asked whether you were doing your work, in your statement, second paragraph, you said, you stated that second paragraph. Sorry, I beg your pardon, it's still the first paragraph where you stated, I could remember to have joined KM Borough Fans Club that paid a courtesy call to the President Barrow at the State House, where various speakers spoke at length, outlining their frustration with the general condition of the markets. And at the time, you were the markets committee chairman. Were you part of the people that visit the president's office? State House.
I was part of the people. That was a large delegation, but I wasn't part of the speakers.
Okay.
I was just an ordinary member of the fan club that went to pay a courtesy call to the president.
Okay. I'm disregarding the fans club. My whole point is you were the markets chairman. You just stated that you've been doing your work. You believe to have been executing it rightly. But you're still part of the people that were venting their frustrations of the market condition that you cannot do something about as the market chairman.
No, I wasn't part of the people that were venting. We didn't, I mean, the people of KMC, they didn't pay a courtesy call to vent their anger on what was happening in the markets.
Anger, but frustration.
Yeah, they didn't do. I mean, when they went to pay a courtesy call to the president, it wasn't about the markets or anything. It was just about
That's what you have in your statement.
No, the statement was, why were you removed?
Yes.
I
and
think
it continues.
one of the reasons, or one of my suspicions was I mean, those were some of my suspicions why I was removed.
Okay,
Sorry, let me just intervene here. Mr. Ture, council's question to you is that do you have evidence of showing what you have done as chair during 2018 prior to your removal as chair of the market committee? Do you have any evidence to that effect? Through minutes of meetings and through, those minutes showing whether there has been issues or problems or whether you are tackling any issues. And is there any evidence to that effect?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the minutes probably would show light on some of these things. That
Have the minutes?
Right now I don't.
Sit down.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Now, in the same paragraph that council is trying to ask questions with respect to your role as chair, of the market committee. You have said that upon return from the market, there was a general council meeting where your colleagues blame you for not responding or countering this allegation from speakers at the meeting. Um, what is your response to that statement?
Yeah, I mean, because that was a meeting that I was in. I mean, I was just an ordinary member of the fans club. I just went there as an ordinary member. I wasn't part of the speakers. I was in,
Yes, what you
I was in head of the.
one of you are not part of the speakers, but you hold a very important position, that is the chair of the market committee. And you have said in the same statement that the speakers were outlining their frustration with the general conditions of the market, of which you are a chair. Don't you think it should have been in your position to highlight if you had any challenge, you understand, to 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 um to clear some of these issues that have been raised, you as the chair of the market?
Yeah, that's what I said. Because I wasn't part of the speakers, so and there was no way that I could just walk to the stage and say that I want to clarify these things. I couldn't do that.
Yes, but in terms of protocol, I believe that if you had requested to highlight certain issues, you would have been given opportunity. Don't you think so?
Maybe we have, yeah,
Attempt as chair, somebody who is responsible for that market.
maybe,
If you had made an indication to the person emceeing the occasion to say that you have something to say, you would not have been given the opportunity to say what you needed to have seen with respect to what they are saying.
uh, maybe, but then that's
Maybe Mr. Turing.
no. It's I mean,
Because
maybe with hindsight, you could say that, but that meeting, I do not have any control or whatsoever.
I
Most of the people that were in that meeting didn't know me that
what you
I
knew,
am chairman of the markets
what
committee.
you knew, Mr. Ture, you are the chairman. Whether the people know you or not, yes, that could be another issue. But then the issue is that you, as the chair, I believe that you could have made attempts, even though you don't have control over the MC of the occasion, to have had something to say with respect to this, because you were the person that is responsible at the time for these markets, and they were venting their frustration.
That's what I'm saying. That meeting was purely political. It was just to score political points. That was the purpose of that meeting. I mean, there was no.
No, now the question I want to ask you that was it right for you not to have said anything?
I believe I couldn't have done anything in that way. Yeah.
So that is your evidence that you couldn't have said anything with respect to what is being said about the market that you are the chairperson?
Um, because the way that meeting was structured, I think I didn't have any. Yeah.
Katsu, can you please proceed?
Thank you. Mr. Turi, you have it in your statement that you have not participated in any market exercise.
I mean, is there a particular exercise that you want to ask about? Because I was the market chairman, so I mean, I spent a lot of that. By the time I was in the time I was a chairman, I spent a lot of time in the markets. But I don't know if you're talking about a particular exercise.
And there was no market exercise from 2018 to 2019 that you are aware of.
That's what I'm saying. If you're talking about a particular exercise,
Yes, the market exercise that took place in 2018, 2019, and all councillors, most councillors or all councillors were participants of this market exercise, including the Lord Mayor, as evidence we have here. And at the end of this market exercise, every councillor received $10,000 honorarium. Were you aware of this market exercise at the time you were the market chairman?
When I was my time as market chairman, I didn't conduct any such exercise.
To be precise, this payment was even done on 9th August 2018, so it was still during your time as the market chairman.
Yeah.
But you were not aware of any market exercise.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If there is a particular exercise that you're referring to, I would want to know. But during the time I was a market committee and as the chairman, sometimes I would go to the market and that was one of my responsibilities. But if there is a particular exercise that you're talking about, maybe that would be different. So I want to know if this exercise that is it a particular one or is it a general exercise that?
Is it a what exercise?
Is it a particular exercise that you're talking about or what?
Sorry, let me just Mr. Ture, I think you very well know the exercise that we are talking about. Did you sign the voucher PV180818 dated the 9th of August 2018, where you received 10,000?
Yes, I did.
Did you participate in any activity that is in relation to which this voucher was raised for?
Remember, I think I was sworn in 31st of July. We were appointed on this.
Not the answer. I am asking you. You have confirmed that you received a payment of 10,000, and this is via a payment voucher which has reference PV180818, and it is dated 9th of August 2018. What was the reason for you receiving this 10,000, and what was the activity about?
That's what I'm saying. If there's a particular market exercise that happened during that time, I'm not aware.
You are
But
not aware.
yeah.
So what was this 10,000 payment for?
10,000. Initially, I didn't know. What that 10,000 payment is because I think that market. The particular exercise that you're referring to happened before I was sworn in. So before I was sworn in.
It happened before you were sworn in.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you have further said in the second paragraph, where I have quoted these vouchers, you said, I have not participated in any market exercise. I'm quoting your statement. I have not participated in any market exercise, and also I have not been aware of the market exercise carried out by councillors. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So you are not aware of any activity that was conducted by the councillors in the market, various markets.
Yeah.
Correct. And what was this 10,000 that you received? What was it for? What activity did you participate in that you were given this 10,000?
The 10,000 actually, when I first received it, I didn't know what it was for until later that I heard that it was for a particular market exercise that they did. So, at first I didn't know what the 10,000 was for.
So you didn't know why you were given the money, and you signed and you collected the money.
Initially, yeah, everybody was, signing and collected money, so I just followed.
You just followed the trend.
Yeah.
And when you knew that they said it was an exercise, and you have just told the commission that there was no exercise.
No, I didn't say there was no exercise. I said, maybe it happened before I was sworn in.
You said maybe it happened before. Did you confirm? Did you cross-check whether that activity happened, and that is why these people are being paid?
Did I confirm if the
Yes, because you said when you were being paid this 10,000, you didn't know what it was for, right?
yeah at that time, yeah, yes, at that time
Yes, and then you later on you knew what? What did you know?
that it was for a market exercise that they did.
So can you confirm for us what market activity it was before you were sworn in? Can you write that down and give us the confirmation?
From what I heard from the investigator,
Mr. Ture, you will have to write it down. And because I have told you to tell us why you received the 10,000, because you have said there was nothing like a market activity. And when I put the question again in other terms, you said you did not say so. You said it might be an exercise that was conducted before you were sworn in. So now I am asking you to find out what was that activity that was conducted before you were sworn in for them to raise this voucher and pay you this amount of money.
yeah, that's where I was coming from.
Okay.
Coming
Yes.
because at the investigators they showed me the dates that the market exercise was from 2nd July to 24th July.
Yes.
And I was sworn in on 31st July.
So elaborate and explain to us what you mean when you give us this date, because we don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was sworn in at 31st July.
So there could not, in other words, there could not have been any activity prior to you being sworn in.
Like I did not participate in that activity because I wasn't sworn in. If it happened, yes. If it happened,
you did not know.
yes.
So you are clarifying the evidence, right? All right. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yes.
How can you receive the money whilst you are not sworn in? How was that possible?
No, the money was paid in August.
Okay, and you were sworn in when?
31st July.
31st July.
Yes.
But you still collected the money.
Yes, because I was a counselor.
So the money was given to you after you were sworn in.
Yes.
And that's all right. Simple. Answer the question. It was so simple. The money was given to you after you were sworn in. So that's it.
So you may proceed.
Madam Chair, just to aid the witness, the resolution was in May 31st, 2018. His appointment was in June 27, 2018. So the July at the time, he said he wasn't sworn in, but the payments were made in August. So at the time he was sworn in, that's why he received the 10,000.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank
clarification.
you.
We now understand because I have found out from him that he said he did not participate prior to him being sworn in
Okay, I was
as a councillor for any activity that warranted the council to pay them the 10,000.
okay. I was as Madam Chair pleases or as the Commission pleases. I was also confirming alongside with the documents we were having.
Yes. So we may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, Mr. Ture, were you also receiving or were you also taking part in trainings that were conducted around the feast period?
Any training that was conducted around, any training that was conducted in council, I was.
Mr. Ture, it may not be even training, because what we see in the statements of councillors is that some of these activities might be training. So it's not strict to sense or training. So I am asking you the question. These monies that you receive during Korite and Tobaski, how do you receive them? And what do you do for you to receive these amounts of money during Tobaski and Korite?
Honestly, I do not keep track to see whether it's Tobaski or Korite. But the council do organize trainings or workshops where we took part, and at the end of the day, we get paid.
So you did not keep track of the fact that these monies were paid around this festive period.
No.
Um, during these periods, were the councillors not divided to assist the collectors in the markets to demarcate places for the potential vendors to increase, you know, the number of canteens, the number of tables or temporal canteens for the purposes of the feast?
When I left the market committee, I didn't have any business with the markets. I hardly go to the markets. I
You
don't.
were never co-opted as part of the
No,
business.
I was never coopted. And,
But you do receive this 10,000. You indicated in your recently, you were receiving between 5,000 to 10,000, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a training or workshop that the council organize, and at the end of the day we get paid, then I was part. Yeah, we do. But to say exactly that it was around Korite Tubaski, or we'd have to take part in certain things, like
The vouchers for the receipt of, by the way, do you receive this money by way of cash or you receive it by way of check?
uh, things.
Cash. But you sign a document receiving it.
Yeah, when you're receiving the money, yes,
You sign a document.
you sign
Sign attendant register for attending the training.
the training. Yeah,
You do sign that.
yeah,
So you sign two documents.
yeah. Train.
Attendant register and the document indicating that you have received the 5,000 or the 10,000.
The attendance register would be different from the payment or
That
the,
is what I'm saying. So I said you signed two documents, right?
yeah, probably, yeah.
So for the period that you served, can you provide us with evidence of these that you have signed and received while serving as council? Please note that down and you provide that for us. Council.
Thank you. Um,
Thank you.
Mr. Ture, did you receive any form of support from council?
No,
And you have it in your statement that you did not benefit from travel. And these travels, do they come in as necessity or as benefit?
I wouldn't know that because I've never traveled.
Travel.
Yeah.
That will be all for this witness in the absence of any questions from the honorable commissioners.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ture.
Thank you.
We have requested you to produce us some documents. Please endeavor to do so by next week, Wednesday. All right, inshallah. And we may call you if we need you to clarify any issue for us subsequently after reviewing the documents that you are submitting to us. So thank you. You are discharged.
Thank you.
Registrar, can you please call the next witness?
Good afternoon.
Please state your name.
My name is Lamin Ndow,
What is your address?
Abuko.
Take us through your educational background.
Um, I went to Audit Senior Secondary School and later Management Development Institute, MDI, where I acquired a certificate in AAT Level 2.
Okay. When did you join Carnegie Municipal Council?
I joined council in 2019, July rather.
As a ward secretary for ward.
Exactly, as a ward secretary for Abuko Ward.
Do you have your appointment letter as a ward secretary?
I had a disaster. I couldn't have it in my possession, but I went to council this morning to collect it from the HR.
Okay, you'll be provided with a pen and a paper. You can note down the documents that you have to provide.
Okay.
Did you apply?
Yes, I did apply.
Okay, note down your application letter and offer of appointment. Were you confirmed at any point?
No.
Your appointment, what was it on? Contract?
Yeah, it was a contract.
For how long?
For a period of 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So as a ward secretary, could you tell us your responsibilities?
My responsibilities were I was in charge of the ballot team, including the drivers, ticket sellers, janitors.
How many ticket sellers do you have at your ward?
Initially, at the inception of the project, there were 5 ticket sellers, but later on it was reduced to 2 ticket sellers.
And this 5 was in 2019. Up till what time was it reduced to 3? Sorry, 2.
They were on probation period for 3 months, and after 3 months, the two best were selected and the rest were dropped.
So all the 5 were on probation for 3 months.
For 3 months, exactly.
After 3 months, they were all dropped.
No. The best ticket sellers, the 2 best were selected from the 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was so the 2 that were selected was since 2019.
Since 2019, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, you can continue telling us your responsibilities.
Yeah. My responsibilities were I normally go to council to collect ballot tickets from the main cashier. And when the team is about to go to the field, then I will deliver these tickets to the ticket sellers on duty. And later they will retire the cards to me. That was collected from the field. And later I will deposit this with the main cashier.
Do you have records book for the tickets you've been collecting from the finance department and dispatching to your ticket sellers?
Yeah, I was keeping records of those tickets. Yeah.
Do you have the record book with you?
Not in my possession right now.
And how was the process? You were also recording the serial number, or you were recording the?
Yeah, I was recording their serial numbers.
So how often do you go to council to take these ticket books?
It depends on the nature of the job. When they are about to finish, I go to the council and collect more ticket books.
And this is done how many times in a week?
It could be once, twice, depending on the nature of the number of books I came with.
Okay. So the retirements that are submitted to you, you take it to council. How often do you take these retirements to council?
Yeah, normally we were told to do it twice in a week, but later we were told to go to the bank and deposit it. And later the decision was changed again. When we started collecting 10 ticket books, they told us when we finish selling the 10 tickets book, we deposit the whole amount at the same time.
Now, do you have cash book of the retirements that the ticket sellers will give you every day?
Yeah, I have cash book.
Cash book from 2019 to 2023.
Yeah.
Could you please provide us with the cash books if you're having them here with you?
I have some with me, but others were with the internal audits, and unless I go and check with them. But I have some with me here.
Okay. Can we please see the ones you're having?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. These are status reports, and these are monthly reports.
Mr. Ndao, for this particular one for the year 2021, KMC Ballet Ward daily collection form for each month.
Yeah.
Um, so you did not have your signature on it. They're originals. I understand they're forms that you've been inputting these amounts that you've been receiving.
Exactly.
But the author, it being you or somebody else, I don't know, but there is no signature on these documents, this particular one. That's what the monthly for the year 2021. Okay. And this is for 2020 collections. I'm not sure if it's collections or I'm not sure if it's just serial numbers. I'm not seeing. So could you Now the registrar will return this.
Mm.
We will take it back again, but I need to know exactly for this one at least has a writing at the top. It's a form that KMC Malay Board daily collection report form. Fine, but it needs your signature.
Can you give him for these ones? Since there are no signatures on this, we need. Let me just ask first. Are you still the project accountant at the Bali project? Are you an accountant?
No.
Or secretary?
No, now I'm a councillor.
So
I'm now a councillor.
you are a councillor,
Exactly, yeah.
elected councillor.
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now we will return this.
Okay.
And we need it authenticated. You write a cover note and you get back to the project for them to authenticate that what you are giving us is coming from the project.
Okay.
All right. And any other document that is not endorsed, please return it. We will give him time to endorse and provide confirmation that they are coming from the project.
Yes, and also please specify is for what exactly. Some were just seeing numbers, we're not seeing maybe for collection, or we're not seeing any ticket seller's name or anything. We're just seeing something more like serial numbers, and that's it.
Okay.
This one. And they're all handwritten, I understand. And there's another one. That's for 2022. This one is also for 2022.
Mr. Ndao, how long did you serve as were you an accounts person or a ward secretary
A ward secretary.
at the project?
Yeah.
You served
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
All right. So provide us with the documentation of the monies received, your cash books, your receipt, your GTR receipts for the entries, for the 3 years that you served as ward secretary.
Okay. I provided all this with internal audit, and they are yet to return them to me.
So we are directing you now to go to internal audit and provide us with this document.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please note that down, and we will need these documents by Wednesday next week.
Next week, Wednesday.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. During the time you served as a ward secretary at your ward, there were shortages at your ward. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I was aware.
What was the reason for the shortages?
Yeah, the reason for the shortages were there was a time I had a disaster. Then I used this money to fix my roof. It was in the rainy season. When the windstorm came, it blew off my roof, and it needs urgency to be fixed. So I used part of this money to fix my roof. And other part of the money, my office was located in an isolated area, and there was an incident. Somebody broke into my office and went away with some cash.
Mr. No, the revenue submitted to you was what you used to repair your roof.
Yes.
On whose permission?
Pardon?
On whose permission?
On nobody's permission.
So you use council revenue for your personal?
Yeah, because after using it, I communicated it to the project manager that I will refund it because it needs urgency to fix this roof. Otherwise, I have no other means to fix it. So I communicated to the project manager that I will refund it, and the refund has been done.
Now, why would you use council's revenue for your personal use? That was the reason why you have the shortage of 95,000 in 2020 National Audit Report, and also in internal audit report as well. Your ward have been having shortages. Abuko Ward 24,000 in National Audit Report 2020, aside from this 95. Abuko Ward 24,600 in the month of November, and in the month of December 12,300.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's not only the 95, there were a series of shortages at your ward. So why were you using council money for your personal use or for your personal business?
Excuse me, can you take that again? You said it's not only 95.
Yes.
To my knowledge,
Several shortages at your ward, both in national audit reports and internal audit report, indicating that your ward have been having shortages. So how do you respond to that?
Yeah, the entire shortages for the ward, to my understanding, was 95,000. But the 90,000 was under me, and then
It's not 95,000. Your own statement. What is contained in your own statement is 95,490. So you get the figures correct.
Exactly, yeah, that was it. Yeah. For my own shortage, I came to realize that my own shortages were 90,000, and the others were for the secretaries, were for the ticket sellers, rather. For the ticket sellers.
Mr. Now, you have used 95,490 to repair your roof.
No. Yeah, okay. Carry on.
You have money stolen, money taken from your office amounting to 70,000, which is different from the 95,000.
70?
70,000.
No.
In your statement.
No. I didn't state that. I didn't mention that in my statement.
That in your statement?
In my statement, no.
May I please? Sandao, do you remember making a statement with the investigators?
Yeah, I do.
We'll provide you with your statement. You can kindly go through your statement.
Oh.
Was that the statement you made with the investigators?
Yeah.
And there is an attachment. It just says payment by Lamin Ndao from October 2021. You can detach it when we get to that point, and you can tender it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of Mr. Lamin Ndao dated the 9th day of August 2024. I beg your pardon before I proceed. Mr. Ndao, you confirm the contents of this statement, and this is what you're going by. Yeah. Thank you. Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of Mr. Lamin Ndao dated the 9th day of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 19th of August 2024 is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/LN in brackets 1/KMC/001.
As the commission pleases. Now,
let me complete the question I was asking.
Thank you, Commissioner, please.
You have said in your statement that some monies were missing. Some monies were missing.
Yeah.
How much was missing?
In this particular event, I said it was about 30 to 40, but not 70. This is what I gave to the investigators. And
You said in your statement also a time when my office was broken into by an unknown person and stole about 30. Can you read your statement for us? Okay, you said we concerning the said shortage, there was also a time when my office was broken into by an unknown person and stole about 30 to 40,000 from the office.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So was this money recovered?
It was
Well,
no, it was not recovered from, but I paid it. It was
where
not.
did you report this?
I reported to my counselor and then also to the project manager.
Did you write?
No, I didn't write.
So how did you pay back this money?
Later on, after when the audit report came, I was called for questioning, and then later the matter was taken to police, and then we made payment plans, and that was when these deductions were made.
You said you were taken to the Abuko police station where you were detained and later released on police bail. And you made a payment plan where you forfeited your salary. Was it your entire salary you forfeited?
Yeah, initially it was my entire salary that was taken, but later
Entire salary taken.
it can be seen here 1, 2, 3, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Is there any evidence to that effect?
yeah.
Are you paid your salary, is it paid cash or through bank?
It's paid cash.
It's paid cash.
Yeah.
Where would we see the evidence that your entire salary was used in paying this amount?
Yeah, the deductions were
Even a receipt?
no. When it is deducted, I went to the accounts office to obtain this document from them, and the monthly deductions and the when my relatives also contribute and the payments that I also do are all stated in this payment form here.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Ndao, are you aware of the internal audit reports?
Yes, I was aware.
Were told of all the shortages
Indeed, yes, I was.
reports.
Yeah, I was aware.
What was the reason? Okay, before I move to that, when these monies were stolen in your office, did you go to the police?
I didn't.
So
The bigger incidents happened when it was about 30 to 40, but eventually when I reconcile my accounts, monthly, I prepare a monthly report. That was what I tended to you.
Just for a year?
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, every month I prepare a monthly report, reconciling the daily collections per month. I prepare a report. When I do reconciliation, I do normally realize shortages, but for this particular incident, the shortage was huge. That was the day somebody broke into my office and went away with 30 to 40,000. So I struggled. In fact, that month, before the end of the month, I communicated to my brothers so that they can also help. So I paid, but I couldn't be able to pay the whole lot. I think I paid about.
Okay. Mr. Ndao, we'll get to the payment. Let's now address as to how these monies were stolen and how you were having these shortages and how you were taking council money that you were supposed to immediately deposit into the bank accounts or to the cashier at the council instead of using it for your personal stuff or for any private use. Let's get to that first.
Okay.
So what I want to understand is, were you having shortages from the ticket sellers?
When they have shortages before the end of the month, they make sure they
they refund it.
How were they having these shortages? Because we have it in the entire audit report and evidence that some of them were self-loan. They were doing the self-loaning thing. How were they having these shortages and for them to refund it back to you before you do the submission?
Yeah. You know, for the ticket, when we are using the ticket books, normally they don't have shortages. But when we were using the machines, there were a lot of shortages that we encountered.
Okay.
And I can understand that the payment report that I tendered to you and the one I have variances, because here my own shortages were indicated and that of the ticket sellers are also indicated.
Okay. And for the ticket sellers, you are the one responsible for them. They were submitting to you. So if they have any shortages, you should first notice it.
Indeed.
But you will not address their shortages when you will take council money for your private use. So you will just allow them time to refund it back. So at Abuko, is it Abuko Ward, you and your team were,
Abuko, yeah.
yes, were using council's money at your own time, then you refund it back.
It's not like that.
Well, from your evidence, that's how it is.
That is for
you just mentioned that the ticket sellers, even if they have shortages, they will refund it back before you do the submission.
No, for their own, their shortages when they were using the Ecotech machines.
Yeah, at that time, Ecotech machines were functioning right.
Yeah.
At that time, Ecotech machines.
Sorry, Mr. Dow. That cannot be true. The machines, they can only have shortage when they were dealing with cash. Because they were submitting these monies to you in cash. The shortages that have been discovered, particularly your ward, both internal and external audit, several of this, the collectors were suppressing revenue. Is that not correct?
No, for this case, they
answer my question. Is that not correct?
No, because I was properly monitoring them. Because
so, why did you tell the commission that the collectors sometimes will not submit the whole amount of money? Or is the internal auditor not telling the truth as to the cash shortages that have been discovered in your ward?
No, what I said was when they have shortages, for the case of this, it was the Ecotech machine. We were having issues with the machine. That was
now you go and write and give us the periods when your collectors were having shortages. You understand? You said you used to do reconciliation. So your reconciliation should be able to tell us when the problem started and when the shortages started and when the shortages stopped. All right? So write that down and you give us those reconciliations. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now, about the stolen monies in your office, did you report to the police? You said no.
Yeah.
If there is any tough case, the first place to go to is at the police. No police report. So who did you report to?
I informed my councillor about it.
Was your councillor at the time? We have to find out.
Parliament Jiba.
Parliament Jiba?
Yeah, he was aware.
He was the councillor at the time.
Indeed.
And who else, if any?
I also informed the project manager, Bakar Singate, about it.
Okay, we'll have to find out. And then we can move to the next. So what was the reason you were taken to the police station? You were taken to the police at some point. Why were you taken to the police?
I was first called by the council securities for questioning, where I was told to write my statement. I did. And after doing that, they said this matter will be taken to police. Then we went to police, and where I gave a statement, and then later we made a payment plan for these monies to be recovered.
Mr. Ndao, that statement is not true. You were supposed to be going for auditing twice every week, and you were not doing that. And the auditors require you to bring in your cash books, and you did not. And for that particular period, you have a shortage of 35,700 as per internal audit report. Internal audit. So, as per internal audit report, year January to December 2022. So why did you refuse to submit your inspection exercise? So for the inspection exercise, why did you refuse to submit anything for the ballot project for your ward?
I didn't refuse to submit anything. I was never told by anybody to submit any report, any book.
You were supposed to be reporting to the internal audit unit. At the time, you were paying at the cashier at council.
Mm-hmm.
From the cashier at council, you're supposed to go to the internal audit for auditing. You were not going for auditing. And internal auditors have conducted an exercise between January to October 2021. This report was prepared in 2022, but it was for 2021. Now, you, what's the name? Mr. Ndao, the audit exercise, you refused to present anything for the exercise. And the matter was later taken to the police because you have shortages of 35,000, and that was the other case. Prior to that, there are other shortages as well.
I have submitted all my books to them.
That's after the arrest.
No, not after the arrest. It was after this arrest came after the report. I have submitted all my books to them. They went through. And then when the query came, they said, these are your shortages. I admitted. And then the project manager told me that you have to find time to repay them. I said, yes, I will. So before making payment, that was the time I was called for questioning. And after the questioning, I was told to write a report. I wrote my report. After writing the report, that was the time the matter was taken to police.
Were you the only one taken to police? Why were your ticket sellers not taken to police?
I don't know whether it was only me or others.
Because at the time, according to the report, you were the only one taken to police.
It could be.
Because, yes. Because at the time, this wasn't the first time you having shortages. Or are there other reasons why they will just get up and grab you and take you to police for these particular shortages for 35,000? For this particular one, 35,700. If it's just the only time, why would they take you to the police?
So it was after.
You're used to taking the funds.
No.
Yes.
This incident came after this report. Not the 35,000.
For this report, there were shortages at your ward as well.
Yeah, there were shortages. As I told you, where my office was allocated is within the garage and is isolated. So I normally keep the money in my locker. So when I have convenient time to go to the bank and deposit, this is the time I do.
Let me just, Mr. Ndao, you want us to believe evidence that because your office was located at a garage, why would you collect the money when you knew that you do not have security? When you collect the money, you will not go and pay it into the bank or pay it to the officer that you are supposed to pay the money to. Why would you not do that?
Yeah,
there is already an incident and a you already have a track record of using council's funds. Why do you still continue to leave council's money in your office?
No, when I was depositing at council's account, I never have issues. It was when we were told to go to the bank. So it happens that when I get to the bank, I found out that there is a big queue. And I have a lot of engagements. I will decide to
So
in another.
engagements is better than you making sure that you deposit council's money and you take back the money for only that money to be stolen from your office. Is that what you are telling
No,
commission?
no, that's not what I'm telling the commission.
Yes, because you said you go to the bank and you find a lot of queue, and because you have a lot of other engagements, so you'll have to go back with the money. Is that not what you said?
Uh,
Council, you may proceed.
Just to add on to what Madam Chair stated, let me tell you how these funds are supposed to be deposited. As per accounting and financial manual, are you aware of this, or do you have any idea of this financial accounting manual?
I have no idea about
Okay,
this.
let me read it out to you.
Mhm.
So section 406, 406,
Mhm.
control of revenue.
Mm.
All collections made by accounting staff should be immediately deposited into the council's bank accounts using pre-numbered pay-in slip. No checks or cash submission shall be made from revenue collected between the time of receipt of the time of payment into council's bank accounts. No money received shall be made use of in any private way whatsoever.
Mm.
So your acts were in contravention of this section.
Yeah, you asked whether I am aware of this. I am never aware of
No,
this.
but it's common sense that when you receive these monies, they are not yours. You're supposed to deposit them into council's account.
Yeah, what the management told us was we must make sure by the first of every month, all the collections we make are deposited to the bank so that that is the instruction we have from the management.
That is different from the instruction you have from the management, because the instruction is never saying you should not deposit every day. You should endeavor to deposit all collections at the end of every month, as in no shortages. Do you understand?
Yeah.
As in, if you're supposed to deposit 100,000, by end of month, 100,000 should reflect in the account. They're not saying every day you should not deposit, and you're supposed to deposit these monies immediately as per this section. But instead, you use it for your own private issues. Why would you do that?
No, I only did this once when I had disaster.
So the rest of the shortages?
Yeah, the rest of the shortages, as I told you, I think somebody was coming behind me and then collecting this from my storage.
Okay, if you're not capable of handling cash, how about you should have relayed that to council? Or if you cannot execute your responsibilities as a ward secretary, you should have resigned. But for Abuka ward, there were a series of shortages. And yet, when were you appointed as your ward councillor for this same Abuko?
This was 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Which month?
April 2023.
Out of my date. That's fine. But so you having all of these issues at your ward at the time, yet you are the elected councillor for your ward.
Yeah. You asked whether I was properly managing this team. Yes, I was properly managing them.
Where is the
Because
evidence?
I always make sure that every money collected.
Mr. Ndao,
Yes.
Do you have reports?
Did you pay? Sorry, let me just ask. You have outstanding balance that you have not paid. Have you paid it?
There was no outstanding balance. It was all.
You have said in your statement that you had a balance of 20,000. Did you pay the 20,000?
It was paid, yeah.
Now we want you to give us records of all the payments you have made as per the national audit and the internal audit of all the societies that have been mentioned in these documents. And we want confirmation from the project unit.
Yeah, that confirmation has been done because when the investigations were questioning me, I told them these payments has been done. They told me to go and find evidence. This was the time I brought this document to them.
Please forward to the council for her to see what evidence you have.
Yeah. This is my own shortage, and this is the shortage including the ticket sellers shortages.
Okay, Madam Chair, we applied to tender the payment by Aboko Ward from October 2021, dated 23rd of August 2024, signed by the Raminte project accountant. This one specifically is for the ticket sellers. This one is payment by Mr. Lamin Ndow, the witness, from October 2021, signed by Jaraminte, project accountant. Both documents all into evidence as an exhibit. Now,
The repayment by Abuko Ward from October 2021, totaling 95,490. It is dated 23rd of August 2024. It is signed by the Araminti project accountant. The repayment by Lamin Ndow from October 2021. It has a sum total of 90,520. It is signed by Jara Minte project accountant. It is dated 23rd of August 2024. These two documents are admitted in evidence as exhibit, and they are marked as LG/LN in brackets /KMC/002.
ask the commission, please. Now, Ms. Ndow, you said you lost the receipts given to you, issued to you upon payment of these amounts.
No, I don't say I lost the receipt.
Okay, where are the receipts?
What they normally do, when payment of salaries are done, they directly deduct it from my salary. But the other payments that I do at the police station, these receipts were tendered to the police.
Okay, which police station?
Abuko police station.
You can go back to the police station and get, because this is only showing payment amounts.
Okay.
And if you make payments, you should be receipted.
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get those receipts
Okay.
and then provide it to the registrar.
Okay.
And for your the deductions made on your salaries, you can provide us with the the pay slips that reflects these deductions to be able to ascertain that you've made payments of the said amounts.
Okay. All right.
So do you have any form of support from council?
Support like what?
Maybe medical support, any fund support?
No, no.
Are you okay? Are you servicing any loan?
But no.
Loan. Okay.
Mm.
That will be all for this witness, Madam Chair, in the absence of any question from any of the commissioners.
Now, Mr. Dow, when were you elected as council?
April 2023.
April 2010 for Aboko Ward.
For Aboko Ward. Yeah.
Mr. Dow, you have been requested to bring the cash books and your receipt books, right?
Yes.
Yes, please. We expect to see these documents that we have asked you to bring by Wednesday next week. Thank you. We may call you back if we need you to clarify any issues.
All right. Thank you.
After checking both the internal auditors reports and the external auditors report with your cash books.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that all for this day?
Don't go.
Thank you. Very nice.